Aging Aitken Robertson to courtroom number 2. The jury is back with a verdict. Members of the jury, how do you find the accused? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty on all accounts, Your Honor.
Welcome back to the Legally Speaking on the Aitken Robertson YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest, Counsel Virginia Delinska, here to discuss the complexities and challenges faced by individuals arrested for drinking and driving. So for many, this is the first encounter with the criminal justice system, and it can be overwhelming and frightening. Counsel Delinska will provide us with a general overview of the journey from the moment of arrest to the resolution of the case, helping us to demystify the process and offer valuable insights. Virginia, so can you give our viewers an overview of the journey of a typical DUI file?
The typical DUI file, it all starts with the arrest. After charges are laid, the accused person is typically released with a date for fingerprints and a first court date. So during the initial stages of a file, we request disclosure. Disclosures coming from the Crown's office. This may be followed by additional disclosure requests. Disclosure may or may not be ready for the first court date or prior to the first court date. However, really disclosure is vital before we can take any active steps on any matter.
And then after you've received disclosure, what are the steps that clients can expect?
So the next step after receiving disclosure is the review of disclosure or review of the evidence. After that stage or that step is taken, what we do is we have a counsel pre-trial. Sometimes we call it a CPT, which is essentially a meeting between the lawyer and the Crown. In some cases, a judicial pretrial may be done after the fact, and that is a meeting with the Crown and with the judge.
And then during this process, when does a client need to decide whether they want to plea or if they want to take this matter to trial?
So only after all of these steps are taken, so disclosure review, full evidence is received, a counsel pretrial is completed, and again, in some cases, a judicial pretrial, only after these steps are taken is when the accused person can be fully prepared to make that decision, whether he or she wants to enter a guilty plea or whether a trial should be set.
What should our viewers expect if they get pulled over and arrested by an officer for a suspected DUI?
So it's always essential to be polite with police, to be cooperative, provide your driver's license, vehicle registration, and insurance. But what is also crucial to remember is that you do have the right to decline information in regards to alcohol consumption or about your driving, and simply inform the officer that you wish to first speak with a lawyer before making any statements.
And will the person, can they expect it to be arrested at the roadside or at the police station?
So the arrest typically takes place at the roadside.
So Virginia, are there anything else that our viewers should know about and or can expect to happen at the roadside when they are pulled over by police?
Yes, so after the arrest, you can expect to be issued with rights to counsel, cautions, and a breath demand. You may also be issued with an ASD demand or an approved screening device demand. Lastly, your vehicle will be towed and impounded, and you will likely be taken to the police station to provide further breath samples and served with an administrative roadside license suspension.
What are the risks or dangers involved if a client refuses to provide an ASD or an approved screening device breath sample?
So the failure to provide a roadside breath sample essentially can lead to additional charges.
On the first appearance date, does the client need to be at the courthouse or appear via Zoom?
Not necessarily. If the accused person has a lawyer at that point, the accused person doesn't have to attend. However, if the accused person is a self rep at the time of his or her first court appearance, yes, they do have to appear.
What time frame can they expect from the date of arrest to the date of first date of trial?
It's at least a couple of months.
Thank you for tuning in to Legally Speaking, proudly brought to you by Aitken Robertson Criminal Defence. We represent clients facing criminal charges all over Ontario, providing you with legal support and dedicated advocacy. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more content, please like and subscribe to our channel. For more information, visit our website. We also offer free books on various types of criminal charges, which you can request on our website or by using the QR codes on your screen now. For legal assistance, call us today or visit our website to request a meeting with one of our experienced lawyers or licensed paralegals. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Legally Speaking.